breath is a wave. And that when breath becomes a wave, we are in a much greater capacity with living processes than when it is this. But there are many different kinds of waves. It's not just a wave, it's that there are many kinds of expressions of breathing. Well, in a way, wave motion is a fractal. It's a universal link. And so depending upon the scope of it and the depth of it is what is being informed and what is going on with us. The preparation that we're going to do, which is very simple, is allowing a circularity of tissue, which changes what my channels of energy are able to receive. So again, if everything is forward like this, watch my hand. If everything is forward like this, then that's what I'm able to access. That every time something new happens, a new sensation, a new movement, a new expression, a new something, the pattern behavior, the adaptive insistence steps back, and new buds of life can arrive. So we really do have to understand what we see in countries is an exact example of what we see in the body. And make no mistake, it is the same. What I'm allowing myself to do is to be a surfer on the ocean of my response, where the fluid is directing, is the choreographer, and I'm just letting it happen as best I can. You know, Continuum is such an opportunity to deal with the adaptive patterns in a benign atmosphere and allow a certain freedom of spirit to exist and to be able to shape a world as best we can that is reflective of how life thrives. But the issue of relationship, that you're expanding relationship to a bio world that you can't necessarily see, but you can feel it. When your tissue is able to drop down that far, and you're in a fractal of how a cell moves. Okay, so there is an awakening in your brain of connection. I mean, it's impossible to do movements like this without feeling connected to all life forms. Industrial Revolution and the fragmenting of thought and the fragmenting of movement leads to bodily lack and social structure. In other words, you can't separate the two things. So that it's constant distraction, so attention levels are very limited. When I can tell you right now that that's about the worst thing that can happen, because it keeps you at a very shallow level of existence. And so you can't, there's no penetration into the mystery of things, because it requires a certain kind of attention. And then it comes into being. So how this plays out, I want to just mention to you in social activity is this, that I can participate with you without demanding anything. In other words, how I am with myself is how I am with you. And if I can't be that way with myself, I can't be that way with you. How can I? So the issue of being able to wait without having to impose or to manipulate or to do anything, but just see where the next movement is coming from and with interest. In other words, when you stop, you're interested. You stay attentive so that you're just there and you're listening. And then, let's just say, and you see what happens in social engagement is that somebody will feel the permission, that all of a sudden there's all this permission that's there in the energy. And so all of a sudden something emerges with that person that they didn't even know they had, because all of a sudden they're in a situation that's not pressuring. Do you follow? Mm-hmm. So again, how you move and social engagement can't be separated at all. That's shaping our inquiry. is the connection of living systems to the process of the earth, the process of the elements, the process of the biosphere, etc., so that we as living systems can live in some kind of truth and reflect that in how it is that our world unfolds itself.